Hey, how are you? I have a question for you. Do you like to go to the movies? To the cinema? Is it fun? Is it exciting? Well, in today's episode, I will share with you why I stopped going to the movies. Yes, and it was pretty long time ago. More about that just after the intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 103. Cha-ching. Yes, the Day One Journey, episode 103. Last episode, we finally summarized the episodes about the 3 basic desires most responsible for our lack of self-discipline. So if you want to check this series, check it above in the link. However, in today's episode, we continue with the No Routine. This is episode 30-something in the No Routine series. Do you remember what it is all about? It is about cutting off the not so much important stuff to make room, to make space for the stuff that are really important for us. And in today's episode, I will share with you my experience, what I cut out going to the movies. I do like to watch movies, but just going to the movies is something that I wasn't doing for years. Even when I think about it, there's maybe not more than 15 movies I saw at the movies, at the cinema, in all my life. I know, and most of them I can't really make a list of them. If you want me to make a list, comment below. But let's dive right into that for the reasons why I stopped watching movies at the cinema, meaning going for the movies. So for that, I'll share with you a personal experience, a personal story. Maybe you can relate. So it was about 5-6 years ago. I was back home at my parents' house, probably back from university in the weekend or back from the army, not sure exactly. And then my good friends from high school in Jerusalem told me, we didn't see you for so long. Let's go for the movies. And I'm not sure if they knew then, but already then I wasn't really going to the cinema. I wasn't really going for the movies. So they said to me, we didn't see you, we want to see you, let's go for the movies. And I'm like thinking, see me? But when we go to the movies, they will see the movie, not me. Maybe afterwards we'll eat something, but at the movies, which is, I think it was a long movie, like more than 2 hours, like it's not social. I want to socialize with them. I want to have a conversation with them. I want to know what's up with them. I want to share my experience with them as well. Going to the movies is not really socializing. And when I thought about it more, even when you sit for a drink afterwards or eat in some place, you'll still talk about the movie maybe, because this is just what you were saying just before. Does it make sense? So I just told them, I'd rather see you than see the movie. I'd rather meet with you. Which I think they took as a compliment, which was a true compliment. I want to see them. I want to hear what they have on their mind. I want to listen to their experiences in the last week or 2 weeks or even month that we didn't see each other. Yeah, that's the thing. Now, my friends, I want to socialize. And probably till that point, I didn't articulate this thing in my mind, that going to the movies isn't really a social thing. Does that make sense to you? Well, bottom line, with the friends, I think we did meet maybe a day afterwards, socialized, had a wonderful conversations, caught up with everything that we had back then. Maybe they went to the movies, I didn't. My personal preference is just watching movies at home. For me, movies is not a social thing. I do like movies, and think about it, when there's such a good movie, you're inside the movie, like you forget everything else, right? It's like, I don't see it as a social thing, I see it as a personal thing. It's like reading a book, but a little bit different. But it's like a great book or a great movie. You are stepping inside the main character's shoes. You are like there. They are frustrated, you are frustrated. They are excited, you are excited. They are sad, you are sad. It's not about the friends sitting next to you. It's about you within the movie, isn't it? Either way, this is how I see the things. Maybe you can think about that and reflect about that. Last point I have for you before we finish this episode, which might be pretty interesting. If you are with me with this idea that going to the movies isn't really social, or whether you are starting to consider this, let's go a step further. When I kept thinking about it, it seemed even dangerous to not be aware of that being not even social. Because you see, I think about my friends, I think about a certain friend, but you can think about a certain friend of yours. Maybe he or she is a little bit shy, and they go out and they wanna go out with someone. Maybe they're also a little bit shy, so they go for the movies, and they might share a similar taste for movies, but they don't talk a lot. So they go out for the movies maybe like 4 or 5 times, and they have fun because the movies are great. Both of them are enjoying the movies, and then I think I talked with this friend, and they told me something like, he thinks there's a good connection. He thinks that he really knows her, but then when I asked him a few questions about her, he didn't really know. So then I'm thinking, just to myself, not saying that to him, it seems that he doesn't really know her. But why? They did go out for like 4 or 5 times, but it was for the movies. Afterwards, they did sit and eat or drink, but they spoke about the movie. They didn't speak about themselves. So maybe they share the same interest with movies, but do they really know themselves? So in my opinion, that's the tricky point. That's the tricky part, because they think that they are socializing. They think they are socializing when they are sharing experience together, watching a movie, etc., etc. But this is still, in my opinion, not really socializing. So they didn't really got to know each other. And then I asked myself, why does it happen? Two people that want to get to know each other still choose to go to the movies instead of having a conversation with themselves. And when I thought about that, I realized we all have this fear, right? This fear of maybe the awkward silence. Maybe we have nothing else to say to one another. We're afraid to be boring in the conversation. So we might take the easy choice for watching a movie. Because when you watch a movie, you don't need to start a conversation, right? I had this many times, this small fear of this awkwardness of silence, nothing to say, being a little bit boring to the other side. Not necessarily on dates, but also just meeting friends, conversations and real conversation, deep conversation, and really social events are not as easy for many people. And I can relate. So probably this is the fear why some of us, they do want to get to know each other, choose the movies as the easy option, maybe to break the ice or just to, be a little bit more, feel a little bit more comfortable with one another. I'm not saying that's a bad idea. That's an amazing idea if that works for you. My take on this is to raise the level of awareness, understand that this is not really socializing. Maybe it's a step just before the real conversation, really socializing. So this is the message of this episode. At least my message for you, or at least my take on this. And also the reason why I don't go for the movies. I just saved it, like if I want to see my friends and I want to talk to them, I just want to meet them. And if I want to see a movie, I just watch the movie at home. That's it, I make it simple for me. And remember, this is part of the No Routine series. Understanding what we don't want to do, even when it's fun, to make room, to make space for the stuff that you really want to do. That's the thing, I chose not to go to the movies, even though it's fun, because I can see the movie at home. I save a lot of time and money watching it at home, and if I do want to see my friends, I just want to see my friends without the movie in the middle. So I choose to cut it off, to make room, to make space to either really socializing with my friend or watching the movie at home, saving the time for me to go and back and the money, etc., etc., etc. This is my message for you for the day. This is what I want to share with you today. So, back to you. I have an interesting assignment, interesting task for you for the day, as any other day. Next time, you have a good friend saying to you, let's go for the movies. We haven't met for a very long time. Consider this. Raise the level of awareness and consider if you want to see them, if you really want to see them, if you really want to see what's up with them, what's new, give them a compliment. Say to them, consider saying, I'd rather see you than the movie. I want to see what's up with you. I want to have a conversation with you. Consider saying this to your friend. Whether it's your girlfriend, your friend, colleague, whatever. Raise the level of awareness and maybe consider going for the movies, not as social as we used to think. This is my assignment for you for the day. Do this today. And of course, have an amazing day one.